I'm Daniel Estrin at 770 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn, New York. Everyone just calls this place 770. It's the world headquarters of Chabad Lubavitch. It was once a small sect within the spiritual Hasidic movement of Judaism. Today, it's probably the most ubiquitous face of Judaism on the planet. More than 4,000 married couples have opened up local chapters on every continent except Antarctica. Once a year, the emissaries migrate back to headquarters for their annual convention. It's quite a sight when they gather for the class photo. But people flock to this building all year round. It's a neo-Gothic structure that used to be a doctor's clinic. Rumor has it that he performed illegal abortions there. Then the Chabad movement bought the building in 1940. The movement's last spiritual leader was Rabbi Menachem Mendael Schneerson. Everyone called him the Rebbe. He was a charismatic leader who sent representatives out of the comforts of their religious community to serve non-religious Jews in far-flung places. His belief was that if Jews around the world would perform religious commandments and good deeds, it would quicken the coming of the Messiah. As the Rebbe became popular, some of his followers began to believe that he was the Messiah. He died in 1994, but there are still those who believe he'll come back. And these people tend to congregate here at the synagogue, which is an extension on the original 770 building. When you walk through the entrance, you see a widescreen TV playing old videos of the Rebbe. Then go inside the synagogue and you see framed photos of him stacked on a bench for sale. The synagogue is one big room. It doubles as a study hall. Books of Jewish texts line the walls, and men gather around tables to study. And if there's any doubt about these worshippers' stance on the Rebbe as Messiah question, well, check out the posters and the signs on storefronts and homes around the neighborhood. I wondered, did the Rebbe himself believe he was the Messiah? There's a new biography out on the Rebbe, and I posed the question to co-author Samuel Heilman.
He believed he was responsible for the fall of the Soviet Union. He believed that he was responsible in the Gulf War. He believed he was responsible for the victories. If a man sees himself controlling the events of history, if he is convinced that the redemption is near, if he is surrounded by people who tell him he's the Messiah, did he believe there was a Messiah? You'd have to ask him, but some very strong evidence.
Regardless of where Chabad followers stand on the Messiah question, they really admire this building and what it stands for. And there are more than a dozen carbon copies of it around the world. Artists Andrea Robbins and Max Bescher traveled far and wide to photograph many of them, and here's a sampling of some of their photographs. This 770 duplicate is easy to spot among the stone houses of Jerusalem. It sticks out even more when it's among the skyscrapers of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Look closely here and you might be able to spot 770 in Buenos Aires. And here's my personal favorite, 770 nestled among the buildings on a street in Milan, Italy.